Howdy, how's it going? Yeah, I was just thinking how my thinking gets in my own way. Stinking thinking, they call it. And it's surprising that I think I am my own worst enemy, or you've heard it said, we are our own worst enemy. Hard to pronounce. But it's so true when we let our thoughts kind of master our spirit, our emotions, our feelings, our intentions, our motives, our attitude. And the mind is so powerful, the brain is so powerful, and it really is all about learning how to navigate it. It's so tricky, really tricky. And I think to take oneself out of one's mind and look at it and go, okay, this thing is a beast. How do I harness this power? And I think really looking at, okay, where does it go when it's not in a good space, and how do I set up fail safes, or how do I set my mind up for success when it's going down a path that is almost uncontrollable, like a raging elephant, or just a beast that needs to be tamed. And like what habits, whatever it is for you. For me, nature really helps. It's like fundamental. Those of you who know me, I walk into a grocery store and or shopping or something, the first 10 minutes is like the energy tank just want to take a nap. So I know that about myself. So if I'm going into grocery store or shopping that I just need to do for sure, or going into a city, I do my best to know what I need, get in and get out, or ways of thinking okay, this will be over, I can get back to nature, back to forest bathing. There's a Japanese word for that, I think. Forget what it is, but there is something about being in nature for me that just is so empowering. It just refuels my tank, quiets my mind, tames the beast of a brain beast. So and what else works, so there's nature. It's good to have tools, right? Certain songs I'll put on the headphones, cover my eyes, kind of limit the input, the sensory input into my brain to help quiet it down, because the brain is just constantly what's this, what's that, analyzing, taking in everything, and wanting to figure it out and make the best choice possible that it can. And it's paralysis through analysis. And that can get overwhelming. I know for me anyway, I bet for a lot of people, just the input is exhausting at times. They talk about different brain frequencies, different brain waves. I want to do some research on that and discuss that at a later episode. But there's different levels of frequency, and if it's going really, it's hard to see through a clear picture through what we need to be looking at. Just kind of like turbulence in on top of water. It's going crazy, but underneath it's still, right? So I think to go below the turbulence and look up and see, okay, that's just crazy noise. I don't need to be affected by it. It could still be happening, but I can sink below and be anchored in more of a stillness and just kind of watch it go on, and not really be part of it, because there's always going to be turbulence, right? But where we place our frequency, our access of being, we can choose where we place ourselves on that. Easier said than done. It's all part of it, for sure. So, I think the empowering thing is realizing that we have choice to navigate the storms of life, and we can incrementally improve how we navigate that, and give ourselves compassion when we don't do it well, and forgiveness, and just recover and keep going. I like to tell myself, okay, next. What's next? All right, next. And really choose to look at the past, not in a regretful way, but in a learning way. Something I like to tell my brain is, I don't make mistakes to fail, I make mistakes to learn. Or the mistakes that I have made, I don't fail from them, I learn from them. And so I think that is really healthy for me, because I don't think it's logical to really think that we will never make mistakes again, because we have made mistakes in the past. We're going to make mistakes today. We're going to make mistakes in the future. But the real mistake is every second we don't choose to get up and recover, get up and tell ourselves, okay, I'm going to learn from this, and then keep going. Obviously, there are certain things in life that can be out of our control, things that aren't fair, and but still, we have choice. We have power to make the best choice out of the circumstances, no matter what that befall us. And there is a place within that can guide us to this best choice, and it is not our brain. Brain is a tool. It's not who we are, and that's a hard thing to dissociate, right? It's a very hard thing. Yeah, at least that's what I believe right now. Could change. I want to stay true to that anything's possible, and that my mind is not made up. It's always open to a new way of thinking, a new way of understanding, a new way of believing reality. But at this point, this is what I believe thus far, and I could be wrong. But I think what I've learned so far is it is healthy to aim towards understanding one's mind and navigating it the best they can. And is this beneficial, the choices that I'm making today? And is this beneficial for me? And is it beneficial for others? I think that's a healthy way of going.